So how did it feel to go, against some different faces to get some different looks today?
Yeah, it's always a little bit fun. I mean, back in the day, it used to be like a nice break in camp, but today it was, it's not as much needed. But it's always good to go against somebody else, see some different jerseys over there, and kind of put yourself to test a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. At least I think it's been a point of emphasis for us, like this camp, pre-snap penalties. Like sometimes the stuff during the snap, like when you're playing, it's the pre-snap ones is the one that we can control. It's all mental, and I think we did have some of those today. And like I said, it's been a point of emphasis for us throughout the whole camp. So to come out here and get against another team where maybe you're a little bit more revved up, I think that showed today. So we need to, you just need to refine a little bit, and this is probably a good environment for that because it allows you to realize, like, man, maybe I went a little overboard, and it allows you to kind of, the next time you're faced with that, to relax a little bit more and just go play your game. I think it's been something that we've been constantly on. Like there's been days where we've been really good, and there's been days where we've not been good enough. I definitely think today was a little bit more so, and I think that's natural, but it's very controllable, so you don't want to see it.
Joe, what do you feel like's better and is getting better now that we're in week 3 of camp and you've had 2 full weeks for your game first?
There's a little bit of it that's tough to say because, there's only a certain amount of reps out there, but guys are competing. Guys are really getting after it. I think they're starting to, as much as they can, learn a little bit about themselves and be able to dig a little bit deeper and realize they're starting to kind of, the light bulbs coming on of what it's going to take to be that consistent, team that we want to be. I think this organization's been close over the years. We've had some good teams here. Now it's just about getting that consistency, that competition up every single day to push ourselves.
What do you expect to see from Jeudy now that we know he's going to get the start on Friday night?
Oh, it'll be interesting. I think we'll all be, sitting there watching and be excited for, football to be going real time. And I think he's probably excited about that too. I mean, your first time to go in the NFL, I remember mine. I mean, I didn't get to play until the last 2 minutes of the game, but it's something that he'll remember forever. I mean, most of us have dreamt about this moment, since we were 5, 6, 7, 8 years old. So for him to get a chance to go out there and actually take the field, even though it's preseason, we're all going to be on the sidelines and at home and enjoying it. So. For sure. It's so funny because, I don't really think of it that way. We're just kind of going to work every day and doing our job, and we're in the room together. But, yeah, that'll make it exciting.
Jeudy had a couple catches today.
Yeah.
One-handed tips. Now that you've played with him for 3 weeks, practice with him, what do you think?
Yeah, Jerry's good. Yeah, he's a difference maker. He is. I'm excited for him. Because I think obviously he's not with the team that he was drafted by. So I think he's got a little chip on his shoulder, just like all of us do in this league for one reason or the other. And you can tell that he's a difference maker. So I'm excited for the things he's doing.
Joe, how do you notice Jeudy kind of progressing just away from this, away from when he's out there, just in the meeting rooms? I mean, have you noticed a difference in him?
I think he's come in from day one with a pretty good, head on his shoulders, a pretty good method about how he thinks he should do things, and I think we've all been in that room together and all picked up little things from each other. So I think he's just staying the course and and continuing to try to grab a thing here and there.
How about the dynamic of the room? Have you done any back in my day? We did 2 days stuff.
It's funny because I really don't want to be that guy, but every single day there's something that comes up like that. And then you get in the moment, you start telling stories, and I can't help myself. So, yes, there's been a little bit of that.
You and Tyler Huntley never crossed paths before.
We didn't. No, we didn't. It's funny, though, because, I was telling a couple of the guys as I left the huddle today, he's got the biggest smile on his face, holding his hand out, giving you a high five, got the biggest smile on his face. It's a reminder of he just feels blessed to be out here and be on the grass playing football. And we talked Baltimore a little bit because he was in Baltimore and spent some time with those guys, so we kind of know what that's about. But he seems great, honestly.
He replaced you after Lamar took over.
That's right. Yeah. Well, Lamar was there, and then he was the year. I think he was that next year. I think.
Joe, how is it that the 40-year-old guy is the only quarterback in this competition that has not missed a snap, a drill, a rep because of soreness, injury, or whatever?
Hey, listen, I think, I mean, who knows why I'm the one guy, but I think the fact that I am 40 and here is just like I've been fortunate with my body. I've learned how to take care of it. I mean, there is part of me that wishes we were doing 3-hour practices because I could show that I could last through those too. It's not that much of an accomplishment to kind of come out here and make it through a training camp. But I do feel like if we were grinding 3 hours, 2.5 hours every day, I could still go through that too. I wish I could show that a little bit. But hey, you know, I think some of it, a lot of it is taking care of your body and learning how to do that. You gain knowledge as you're in the league. But also, like, you just, you know, throughout my football career, I've had a couple injuries, but most of the ball, I've been pretty fortunate on just what I've been, you know, what I've been given and the situations I've been given. So,
Joe, 1 today and 2 next week. Is there a place you want to be or think this offense needs to be when you come out of Philly and head to that home stretch?
listen, you love to just come out here and go against teams and just gain confidence. You want to see guys, like, you want to be able to look in guys' eyes after your rack and, like, see them be excited. So I know that's not like a specific goal or anything, but when guys start to get excited about, like, what we could be, like, you can feel that. And that does matter. You know, good teams, they know how to win because they believe throughout the whole 60 minutes that they're going to win. So it would be really big if you can start to get some of that and you can see the belief in guys.
How many joint practices you get early on in your career?
Not a lot. Not until, like, maybe my 6th year or something, 7th year. We practiced against San Fran. Early on, we did not do a lot.
So this
Yeah.
think it's as productive as 2 days?
Oh, it's interesting. I feel like before I came in the league, like, there was a decent amount of it. I could be wrong in saying that, and maybe it kind of there wasn't for a little bit. I think I think a lot of coaches have relationships with each other. It's a nice way to break up camp. It's a nice way to compete. It seems as though everybody's doing it. I think there's definitely some positives in it, but also, like, it's not all positive. You have to be willing to, like, take a travel day and another travel day, and one of those teams has to be willing to do that. I think there was a time where you just wanted to go. So you have to, like, you have to be able to manage that throughout camp. You can't just say, hey, we're going to have joint practices and we're going to miss a day here because we got to travel and we're going to do this. I think when you do it, you just have to be aware that you're going to maybe miss out on a little bit of, like, actual field time. So you got to make the most of it when you do have it, and then you got to make the most of these practices when you do them.
Joe, I saw one interview where you were talking about how much you still want to start in this game. Can you kind of address that? You're not here just padding the college fine. I mean, you're going for it here.
Yeah, listen, that's why we play the game, right? You know, we play to play. That's what gets us all going. You do gain perspective, and when you go take that, just like I was talking about Tyler, like when you're out in the grass in practice, you can remind yourself, wow, this is, like, cool that we're out here. But the end goal is to be the guy on the field playing the football games. That's why we all do it. That's as simple as it gets.
What is the next step? Do you feel like over, you know, as you go through next week in Philly? Is there a specific thing you feel like this has to be point of emphasis? This has to be clean this up? Anything in particular you feel like is the next step?
I think we have our goals and, like, how we want to play the game. They're not necessarily like hurdles to get over, but they're standards that we hold ourselves to. And I think when you go and you practice against other teams, when you practice against yourself, you have to hold yourself to those standards. And the more that guys start to do that and you feed off of each other, the more you start to see results. When you're going in these practices, yeah, I guess you could set certain goals, but those things are hard, like, to get, like, an actual measurable thing until you start playing football games and tackling for real. Even when we go from thud to live in our practices versus ourselves, there's a difference, you know? So we just have to make sure we're holding ourselves to the standards that we've outlined and we can all see every single day. And I think as long as we're doing that, then we're moving in the right direction.
Joe, with Penny being a little bit banged up now, and Dylan being a little bit banged up, I mean, can you start to see the vision? Can you start to feel like maybe you're going to be the guy?
I'm not trying to look into that too much. I can say that when you get a little bit, it's still not like, okay, I went from 3 reps here, 3 reps there, to a little bit more, not like a ton more, but a little bit more. I mean, just that little bit. You know, you can start to feel like yourself getting the groove, and you calm down a little bit. It's just human nature, like when you're getting 2 reps, 3 reps, to like, oh, this has to be perfect. And when you feel that way, you're not going to be as good. So to be able to like relax a little bit, let it loose, and like get a little bit more, it just feels right. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to look into what it means, but it definitely feels good to be out there.
Is it difficult not to rush that process? I mean, I know Kevin and Tommy have talked about being process driven. You talked sort of about being process driven. How difficult is it not to rush, not to kind of get out over your skis and try to rush?
I'm not worried one bit, man. I'm just out here enjoying it and doing the best I can every single day, trying to show these guys that, man, I can do it. You should have confidence in me. When I talk to my wife at night, maybe she's not as patient. But listen, I'm having a lot of fun just going out there and slinging it around in practice right now, and I'm doing a good job of just kind of keeping my feet where they are, and that's all I can do right now.
When the guys see that, when they see a veteran like you, guys, it's conflict. Do you think it helps them to also kind of take that feet off that,
I hope so. I think I do think, yeah, like no matter, I don't care if you're a veteran or not, but when you have guys on your team that remind other guys just by the way they do it, that, man, this is just a game. Like, take this weight off my shoulders and let's go play. That's going to help everybody play to their best ability. And I hope I can do that.
So have you seen
Last one?
Dylan and Kenny kind of handle the first side of it, because they've both been dealing with injuries, and you talk about like the importance of those reps, but how have you seen them kind of handle that part of it as they're not able to be as every team?
Yeah, listen, they're great. I mean, they've been doing a great job. I mean, you can tell, like with Kenny, he's been out like the last week. You can tell, like, you can just see it on his face that he's itching to get back out there. And they've all been great in the meeting room, very attentive and asking questions, and it's been a great room so far.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.